Freya. Let's go.
Yeah.
Good girl.
Good morning. We are on our way to the beach because Lou has been craving a surf. But today is all about answering your pregnancy questions. We got so many questions, like 100 questions. So I'm going to try to answer as many as we can. And some of them were for Lou too. So he'll definitely be chiming in. But yeah, I'm very excited. We're going to have a nice day. We're going to go to the beach. We have a midwife appointment. Gonna make a nice big yummy lunch and keep it really calm but also very informative, and just do a massive update on what it's like. Tomorrow I'm 30 weeks pregnant, so fully in the 3rd trimester, and feeling really good. Noisy here, so I don't know if you can hear me, but I organized all the questions into different sections. So I just thought I could start with some of the general questions because that seems easiest, but we'll get into like future plans and Freya and nutrition and all that good stuff as the video progresses. But I think the question that we got most was just how am I feeling, and honestly it's been like a really, really good pregnancy so far. I feel super fortunate that I felt like super healthy and happy during it. Like if anything, I think like the hormone cocktail in my body is like making me happier and calmer than normal, which is such a relief. I feel like the only time I was really struggling was the 1st trimester. For a few weeks there, I was just like kind of nauseous, really, really tired, and had a ton of food aversions, but that all went away pretty like early, maybe like 10 weeks or something pregnant. And so then I've kind of felt, I wouldn't say normal, like I definitely feel different, but I feel really comfortable and happy in my body, which is a nice way to experience the pregnancy. Another question that we got so many questions of is it a boy or is it a girl? I feel like the thing, we didn't like do a gender reveal or anything like that just because gender is not really that important to us, but we did find out. So we found out early with like a blood test with other like tests that were done, and it is a boy. But with that being said, honestly, we're like not really putting a lot of weight on the gender. It's just this kid will be whoever this kid wants to be, and I don't think we'll really parent any different whether it was a girl or a boy or whoever they want to be. So that's kind of where we are with that. It was helpful though to like figure out names. Are the name that we've kind of decided on, we haven't told anyone yet, is pretty gender neutral. So I feel like, yeah, I don't know. It feels really special to have a name because then you can like talk about the baby with each other and it feels really a lot more real, if that makes sense. proud of you.
Yeah?
Yeah. You caught some?
I got a couple really good ones.
Was it fun?
Yeah, so fun.
Aww. Freya does not like you leaving.
I guess not, huh?
Yeah, I think Freya has developed separation anxiety from Lou because he takes her on his morning walk every day. And she did not like that. Okay, so we left the beach. That was a little eventful for Freya. She did not like leaving Lou. But I thought we would switch to the next topic, which is our birth plan. Since we are on our way to the midwife appointment, we are going with a midwife. She's fantastic. She's delivered like over 2,000 babies on Maui in the last like 30 years. So I feel really comfortable with her. And we also will have an assistant midwife. And we are doing a home birth. At least that's the plan. Oh, water birth. I don't think we're gonna do that. I think that we have like rainwater collection, so we only have like, since we live off grid, we only have so much water. And I mean, I guess we probably could fill up a tub, but it just seems easier. We have one room, just keep it a normal land birth the way that people used to do it. So I'm just gonna do that. And I actually really like showers, so if I need like comfort during the whole laboring process, I can always take a hot shower. So that took a little longer than expected. Had my midwife appointment, then we had to go downtown to get a few more supplements, which I'll talk about once we get to the house. But I wanted to check in and answer any last questions on the birth plan. Oh, are we gonna film the birth? I think we will, but can't promise anything. You never know how things will go. And then the last question for this one was, when's your due date? And I feel like due dates are a funny thing because you tell people a due date and then like maybe people expect a baby to be actually born on that day, and that's just not how babies work. So I would say our due date is like mid-May, but the baby could come earlier, it could come later. We'll just have to see how it goes. But yeah, I think that, I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but all of the questions that you sent were so good, but I think it's like too much to put all into one video. So I'm gonna record a podcast with Lou. We do podcasts monthly for our Patreon. And so I'm just gonna do this as like a bonus episode and we'll upload it there, but we can make it public. So I'll put a link below for the full answering every single question. So if you send a question and we didn't answer it in this video, I'll put that in the podcast. So check it out there. There you go.
Hey, you're home.
That was a lot.
Leave it.
Come here. Hi. Is that a lot for you? Okay. Wow, that was a lot for me. Wowza.
I'll get all the stuff in the car.
Really?
Yeah. You okay?
Yeah. Exactly. Welcome to the cooking channel. Well, this is the next section of the video, and that's gonna be all about nutrition because we got so many questions about being vegan and what I'm eating during the pregnancy, what I'm craving, what if I'm having food aversions, all of that, super fun. But I thought it would be nice to start cooking lunch and then we can answer the questions as we go. Let's get into these nutrition questions. One of the first ones we got was, are you still vegan? And yes, Lou and I have been vegan, I think, for 7+ years now. So we're not vegan. Freya, yeah, our dog is not vegan, but we as humans are vegan. And I have found it being vegan during the pregnancy has been no problem at all. Which kind of gets me into the next question, which is cravings. So now I feel totally normal when it comes to food. I'm not like craving anything weird and I can eat all my normal things, but the first trimester, I feel like I had more food aversions than I did cravings. Like aversions, I normally we eat a lot of like frozen banana and ice cream, and for some reason I just was completely off of it. I like did not want it at all. So I'm not really into, and still kind of now, honestly, I'm not that into like smoothie bowls as much as I thought I would be and as much as I was when we first got here. The other thing that I really could not eat was salad, and that lasted like a good couple weeks, like maybe 3 or 4 weeks, where the thought of cilantro like made me nauseous. I couldn't even eat a salad. And I remember my parents were here visiting and I ate my first salad and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so relieved to be eating lettuce again, because it was the weirdest thing. But I just listened to my body through the cravings and the aversions. I guess the other thing, I was craving like a lot more like the classic food that I grew up on. So like I ate them vegan version, but it was like vegan mac and cheese. Like I grew up eating a lot of like Kraft macaroni and cheese and frozen pizza and chicken nuggets, like a very fast food childhood. And so I think during that time when I was like nauseous and couldn't really want to eat anything, I was craving like frozen pizza and vegan chicken nuggets and things like that. And I just ate them because that's what I wanted. But now I'm back to like eating much more of this kind of stuff. Am I taking any supplements? Okay. So the answer to this question is yes. So during the pregnancy, I have been taking this as my multivitamin. Let's see if that will focus. This is gonna be a dance. Okay, this has been my multivitamin. And I started taking this as not a gummy and it made me really nauseous. It was during my like first trimester time period where I was kind of nauseous. I never got sick or anything. And I feel like some people have it way worse, but I switched to the gummy and then it all was fine. So I don't know if I was nauseous because I was just not used to taking vitamins or because it was my first trimester. Then I'm also taking this. So this is kind of like a fish oil, but for vegans. It's made out of algae and it's good for omegas, which is good for the baby's brain health and all of that. Then I also take this. This is a probiotic, but it's like a super duper probiotic for pre and postnatal, and that's 25 billion cultures. So I don't know what they normally are, but this has a lot in it. Oh, and B12 too. So that's that.
All right, so we got a lot of questions on what we are doing to train our dog, Freya. Hey girl.
Hi, baby.
On dealing with the baby. And I thought it could be really fun to show you some of the progress we've made in her training. But to be honest, I think the real challenge is going to be getting her not to be too protective, because she's such a natural guard dog that we are going to want to have like play dates and stuff in the future. We've been doing a ton of boundary training with her. That's like our biggest accomplishment. And off-leash training, like walking in a heel position. Place. Good place. Good girl. Good place, Freya. Freeze! Fetch. Out. Good, out. Fetch. Out. Good, out. Fetch. Good, heel. Good girl. Come on, heel. Good girl.
Okay, so now we have 2 topics left. The relationship questions, these are like questions for both of us, / some of them are just for you. And then talking about like our future plans. A lot of people are wondering, like, are we gonna stay in this house? Are we gonna be in Hawaii? All of that stuff. But I thought we could actually start answering these questions in podcast form as well. And so this way we can do a little recording. I got my phone ready. And then, let's see, is that working? There will be a link to this in the description box or like in a pinned comment or something. So.
All right.
So, wait, we gotta like do an intro for the podcast.
Oh.
You know? Welcome back to the Live Creatively podcast. This is going to be a special bonus podcast edition that's actually public for everybody to listen to. And it's all about the pregnancy. We got so many questions about the baby, about how I'm feeling, about how Freya's doing, how you're doing, where are we going to be, all that stuff. And it was just so many questions, we couldn't fit it all into the video. So we thought that we don't want to leave anybody hanging. So we would record answers to all of that. But let's start with the relationship questions and in that topic, and then we can get into future adventures, and then we can go back and answer. There were still like a lot of other questions that kind of got like dropped in the other categories as well. So the first one, I'm gonna play host and you're gonna play answering because I've already answered so many questions.
Okay.
So how has your relationship changed during the pregnancy?
I feel like our relationship is pretty much the same. I feel like the only thing that's different is that we used to do like more jobs simultaneously together, and I feel like now we divide and conquer different things.
Oh yeah, that's
you know,
fair.
it's like like we used to walk Freya together, and it's like now I take Freya and you do the kitchen and yoga or something. You know, like
and
there's
also,
more of like a division of labor, whereas like before, like we kind of like both did all of the things at the same time, and now it's like we need to be a little bit more efficient. So like I'll do these set of things, you do that set of things, and then we reconvene afterwards.
And it's not only just like our morning routines have shifted, I think it's also with work. It's been really honestly amazing to know, like to have the space, like to have a house that allows us the ability to do multiple things at the same time. Like I was able to make sewing videos while you edited, or like you painted the truck while I filmed a video for Patreon, and like things like that, like where I think we're trying to figure out how we could have a child while also being self-employed. And the pregnancy, I think, has given us space, and also just living in one place and like the house and stuff like that has given us more space to explore those things too.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like we could answer the rest of these questions in the podcast as the camera battery is about to die.
Yes, that's true. This has been a really fun video, and I hope that we got to a lot of your questions, and we really appreciate like all of the love and like excitement about this little baby, because we're really excited.
It's gonna be so cute.
It's gonna be really cute, and it's only a few months away, but I'm grateful for that too, because we have a little bit more time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and to everybody who sent in questions, we really appreciate it. It made recording this so much fun. The podcast link will be in the description box, and that's like on our Patreon, but it's actually like available to everybody. I set it as public. And a massive thank you to our Patreons. Keep us afloat, and yeah, just have been such a huge support during this pregnancy, and it's been really fun to hear your feedback and chat with you about all these changes. Lou and I feel really lucky right now, and just super excited for the next few months, because our life is about to change a lot, I think. Hope you're having a beautiful day, and we'll see you next Sunday.